Today I have some exciting news. We have new brow lamination products that I am about to show you. So here they are. We have step 1, step 2, and step 3. You can use this for professional use or personal. So today I'm going to show you how I do these myself. Okay, so there's 3 different types of hair. We have fine hair, medium hair, and coarse hair. So for each type of hair, it's going to be different type of set of minutes for solution number 1. So for fine hair, it's going to be 8 minutes that you keep the solution. For medium coarse hair, it's going to be 11 minutes, and for that dark coarse hair, it's going to be 13 minutes. Okay, let's go ahead and start with solution number 1, and this is the solution that's going to start the lifting process. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and open it. I am using gloves because your girl needed to get her nails done, but you can also use a little cup, anywhere where you can pump this. Remember, this is your personal use, your personal one, so you'll be able to use it however you want. So let's go ahead and do, if it's brand new, a few pumps. This is the right amount for somebody that doesn't have too much hair. If you need more, just go ahead and grab some more. Okay, so first step, let's go ahead and push our hair back. That way they don't get in the way. Perfect. Now we want to make sure that there's no makeup, everything's clean on our eyebrows. So you can go ahead and do a little alcohol wipe. You can go ahead and just brush them with some soap in your spoolie, anything to take any of the makeup that we don't want on your eyebrows, okay? So now we are going to go ahead and add our lamination first step, and you're just going to give it a nice coat. Don't even worry about working the product in. You will get a chance to do that. So I'm just covering all the hairs on my eyebrow. And this lamination does have a smell, but it's not as bad as other ones I use. Alright, now that you've worked this, we're going to go ahead and start putting our film. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our other eyebrow. And again, just go ahead and add it. You don't have to be all clean with it or precise. Add a good amount of your solution number 1. We do not want to start the timer until we put our plastic film on. So now let's go ahead and add our plastic film on our eyebrows, so that way it can start the solution process. Here goes one. You might look a little funny, but it's all good. Perfect. So now we are going to go ahead and leave this for 2 minutes because I have more of a medium hair. So once it has been 2 minutes, we are going to start working the product for 1 whole minute. So start taking one out. There we go. And we are going to start working this product in. It's almost like you're massaging it right into the hairs. And some of the hairs should start to look nice and lifting. Not fully quite yet, but for 1 whole minute, just work that product in. If you have hair that just doesn't like to go down that fast, then go ahead and add a little bit more to your eyebrows. When we move on, we are going to have to use a new film, not the same one that you've had. If you don't have the film that comes already small, grab one for your kitchen. Let's work it in for 1 whole minute. All the way, and you should start seeing your hairs lift. If you do this every 6 to 8 weeks, you'll notice that your hair is going to start to lift a lot faster. I already can see how it's looking. So it's been a minute, so now I'm going to go ahead and add a new film. The second film that you're going to apply, you're going to make sure it's nice and tight by putting it from down and up, making sure all the hairs are nice and tight under that film. The first one doesn't need to be so precise, but the second one does. Let's go ahead and work on our other one. And what you're going to do is you're just going to work the product in between each hair to make sure that it starts to give us a nice lift, and work it for 1 whole minute. If you've done this before, you're going to notice that the hairs are actually going to lift a lot faster than the first time you ever did it. And this look, I love it because it gives you that nice fluffy look. And notice that I'm going up and working the product. That way it goes in between all the little hairs that you have. You also want to make sure that you do any type of cleanups after, as you kind of go into the skin and you don't want the solution on any open skin. Continue for 1 whole minute. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this film out. And now that's been processing for quite a few minutes, your hair should be looking nice and standing up. So just kind of work the product in for a little bit and make sure that the hairs are all going nice and up. If you have some stubborn hairs, you can go ahead and add a little more solution, or if they're just very short, you're gonna just have to let them do its thing. So take the other one. So the film is only gonna go twice. The first one just to make the solution go, and the second time to keep the hairs really nice and flat. So now we're gonna work this product inside and between each hair for just a few more minutes and no more film. Keep working it, keep working it. Hair should look nice, sleek, and straight. Once you have that, you're gonna start removing this product. And you could just use a damp cotton swab just to kind of move it around. You don't want to wet too much the eyebrow until you put solution number 2. But when you have a little bit of water, it is going to have the product stop lifting, so that way you don't over process your eyebrows. Again, your eyebrows should be sitting nice and flat. Just work that around. And this is when you want to make sure that you're kind of almost styling it as you go. No trimming or anything yet. Okay, let's do the same to the next eyebrow. We are now going to remove step number 1 on your other eyebrow and just move it around with a damp Q-tip. Move it around, clean around the eyebrows as well, under, in between, and almost start styling the eyebrows, but you're not going to do any type of trimming just yet. You're just getting it ready for solution number 2. Solution number 2 is what's gonna help to start setting everything that is on your eyebrows that we have just done. If some of your hairs start to look lighter, it is normal for that to happen after doing a perm to your own eyebrows. Let's go ahead and move on to solution number 2. And grab a spoolie and start styling your eyebrows a little bit. Remember, do not trim or wax or clean your eyebrows just yet. How I like to style them is by bringing all my little hairs up and then towards the side. I don't want no caterpillar eyebrows where it goes all the way up and it does not look nice and clean. So just go ahead and move it up and then towards the side. If you have very long hair, you will notice that you are going to have to trim your eyebrows once you do solution number 2. Okay, let's go ahead and start with solution number 2. Now solution number 2 is going to be your setting solution. So this is what's going to stop pretty much making solution not 1 stop from working, and it's also going to help set your eyebrows. Okay, so at the same amount that you add, probably even a little bit more, because you want to have a nice coat of it. And just start working on your eyebrows with solution number 2. And you could totally be messy with it, so don't worry about being super clean. And you no longer have to cover this as well for it to activate. Now, if you did 8 minutes for fine hair, if you did 11 minutes for medium hair, or if you did 13 minutes for coarse hair, then you would do the same amount of time for solution number 2. Just make those brows nice and even sleeker. Remember, this is your personal, so if you go add too much, it's okay. Leave this for a few minutes and then we'll come back to take them off. Alright, so let's go ahead and start removing solution number 2. And this time you're going to add a little bit more water because we want everything to be out of there. And if you need to use more than 1 Q-tip, that is totally fine. What I like to do is use one that is very wet on one side and then dry on the other side, so I'm able to dry as I go and as I remove the solution. Be very careful with your shape and just really take all that solution out. Let's do the next one. Get it all off, and then wet Q-tip and then dry to finish taking everything out. And now, before we use solution number 3, this is where the cleaning of the brow or the tinting of the brow is where it comes. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you how you're gonna shape your eyebrows at home. Do not be scared of this process, but if you are scared, just stay very cautious and listen to every little step that I show you. We are gonna first find the bottom of our front brows, and we wanna just go ahead and feel this little bone right here, and whatever bone you feel right here, above that is where you wanna start your eyebrow hairs. You can grab anything that is nice and straight, so you can position this to the area that you like and just create either a dot or a nice line. So we're gonna go ahead and go about right here, where my eyebrows start, right here. And you're gonna go ahead and create a dot here or bring it here all the way to a line. If you have makeup on or if the area is wet, you might need to dry the area and then do the white pen. Start right about here. Let's go ahead and we are gonna just create a little line. And we have already our line. Just go ahead and find the one that you like and drag a line or create a nice little dot. So now we have our lines here in the front. Let's remember something. When we are doing the bottom arch or the arch on top, that has to be the highest point of your eyebrow. Now, that doesn't mean that this is how it's gonna look. It's just going to be that from the front to the arch is gonna be a nice lift. And that's how you find the arch. Another way how I like to find my arch is when I open my eyes, where I position is going to be either in the corner of my eye or in that little corner of the little black dot that you have in your eye. You're gonna see if it's better on the eye or next to that black little dot. Wherever your arch looks better, wherever you see the hair start to float down is where you're gonna find your arch. I find my arch the best right in that little black dot that we have, and all you're gonna do is create a line. Follow the same thing to the other eyebrow. Right here. Perfect. And now let's go find where the tails should end. Nose to the corner of the eye and drag a line. Corner of the nostril to the corner of the eye and add a little line. We are now going to start connecting everything we have done. Now remember, you want to stay as close as possible to your eyebrow hairs. So now the line that I created, I'm going to go ahead and drag it all the way up. Keep going. And I remember you could grab a brow pencil, anything. This is just to help you see the areas that you need to clean. Now the arch should always be the highest point in front of the eyebrow. So if your eyebrow is right here, arch should go a little bit higher, okay? Not too high, we don't want this look, but we want it just a little bit higher. Tail should always be the same length as the front or a little bit lifted and not lower. Go as close as possible to your eyebrow hairs. You could grab a color pencil, you could grab a marker, whatever is going to come off with water. There you go. Now don't worry about keeping it super clean. This is just to make sure that you don't take away any hair that's outside the eyebrow shape that you want. And the top, I don't really have much hair, so I just kind of go around and then bring it down. Now you could also grab your pink spoolie if you need to move around the hairs more to the side. So in my case, I don't want it so thick, so I'm just kind of brushing down the hairs. Shape right here. Perfect. And then clean around anything that shouldn't be around the shape. Alright, so one eyebrow we're going to use a razor blade that is going to just kind of clean the eyebrow hairs, and on the other one I'm going to show you guys how to wax it. By stretching the skin and just grabbing your razor blade and cleaning very carefully. Do not pass the lines that you have created, and make sure that you're stretching the skin so you don't cut. Okay, that is the front. That's the top of the brow. When you do this, make sure that you are lifting this and taking all the little fuzzies out. Stretch the skin up. And that eyebrow is good to go. I don't grow much in the front. If you do, you can start to take it off that way. So we are going to show you, it's this behind the scenes product that we are also going to be launching pretty soon. So we used a little razor blade. You could totally do this, but for my daring girls and the girls that just want to keep their eyebrows super clean, their mustache clean, even their nose, we have this cute little wax paw that is going to be coming super soon, and I wanted to show you guys how we're going to wax our eyebrows with a hard wax. So for my girls that have never done it before, we are first going to check the temperature. So let's go ahead and open this up, and my wax is already melted. Now it is hard wax, meaning we do not need a strip to pull the hairs. When you're gonna wax your eyebrows, that area needs to be nice and dry. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna grab a little bit of your baby powder, and you're just gonna dab it around your eyebrows, so that way when the wax goes on there, it's gonna be nice and dry. If you have oily skin, you might need to add a little bit more. Start taking our wax. It should be nice and hot. Make sure that you check the temperature here to make sure it's not too hot. There we go, and it's perfect. Start here in the top, and try not to stay too close to the eyebrows hair that you have inside the shape. And I like to do either 2 or 1, and if you connect them, it's going to be much easier to take away. Add a little bit more if it looks too thin. Let it dry. Start pulling it out by lifting here, and then you're going to do it into 1, 2. And that is it for the top of the eyebrows, and look how much junk that is. And on the bottom, I don't have too much hair, so you might not see even as much, but we are gonna go ahead and start also taking it out. And I like to make it nice and thick on my eyebrows so it pulls really good hair. I go all the way down because your girl got little fuzzies. And you can use this for your mustache or even the nose. So make sure that it's nice and dry. It only takes a couple seconds. Lift a little bit, pull the skin, and go 1, pull again, twice. And look at that. All right, guys, so we are pretty much there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out and show you the final result. With the water, just remove everything around, all the brow shape, everything that's on there, makeup, anything that you added to create your eyebrow shape. Take it all out so we can get the eyebrows ready for solution number 3. Your eyebrows should look nice and clean. And since you're moving around the shape, grab your spoolie, re-add the shape, and you can even add the solution number 3 with your spoolie as well while you're shaping. Solution number 3, let's go ahead and pump it right here. And if it's new, it's gonna take a few pumps, and it should look like a nice clear jelly. And all you have to do is add it with your finger, with your spoolie. Just add it on there, because this is what's gonna help everything look nice and set it as well. Perfect. Now you want to keep this on your eyebrows for at least 24 hours, but if you have somewhere to go, girl, 12 hours will do. So now that I've added everything on my eyebrows, just clean and reshape with a spoolie. If you did any trimming, you could do trimming if you wanted to. My hairs are not that long, so I don't have to do much trimming. Brush up and then bring them to the side. If when you bring them to the side, any hairs stick out, you can go ahead and cut those as well. Now, the last step is going to clean any of the solution that got around the eyebrows and finish it off with a concealer. If you have somewhere to go right after here, then skip number 3 and use a brow gel instead with your eyebrow makeup. Go ahead and just clean the solution around the eyebrows and start by adding our concealer. Alright, so we have this concealer. It's by our brand Revelli Beauty. I hope you guys could see it. We use this on our clients. I have one at home. These are going to be available pretty soon, okay? So if it's your own personal use, you can go ahead and grab it with your brush. If you're using it for professional use, then go ahead and take it off with a Q-tip first. Add it, because this is not my personal one. Have your flat brush and kind of warm it up. Once you warm it up, create a nice line at the bottom of your eyebrows, right about here. And to be honest, this is like my favorite thing to do, because it gives you such a nice like highlight eyebrow that it's gonna be like, girl, where did you get your eyebrows done? And you're gonna be able to say, I did it myself. So let's go ahead and add it, and take your time. Do not be that girl that adds way too much concealer. We don't want that. You could grab a little bit and then grab your finger just to clean around that area. Some people like to do it up top. I don't think you need to, so I'm going to show you just the bottom. And you just clean, you add very little, and you just drag it around as you go. My eyebrows are not perfectly symmetrical, so what I like to do is, once it's been about 12 hours, 24 hours, I will add makeup, I will add eyebrow gel just to give me more of that fluff. But now my hairs are nicely combed and looking really good after this lamination. Okay guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed my how-to step-by-step do your own brow lamination with our kit. So if you guys love this, then go ahead and send it to your friends, because you know when you have an amazing product, you gotta let everyone know. So these are my eyebrows without any makeup on them yet. Once they're fully set, I will add makeup, kind of fluff them up, and do everything else I have to do. But if you guys have any more questions, please let us know. We're also coming out with so much more products that are gonna make an easy step-by-step ways to do your eyebrows from home, or even, girl, you might even make a career out of this. So brow lamination is right now one of the toppest services you can do, and you don't even need a license in the state of California. You can start from home, you can start with your girlfriends, moms, everything. So we also have a course that's a step-by-step course that is more for professional use. What I showed you today is more for your own eyebrows, your DIYs, or just do it on your own by step. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll talk very soon.